right, Coach. The bright lights of Broadway just to the east of us, and we are under the lights as well at Metlife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to the sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line, with the Cleveland Browns. Mayfield on first down, finding Harris over the middle. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. As the Jets take the field here again, let's discuss Le'Veon Bell, because week 1, that was his first game since January 14th of 2017. That's over 600 days ago. 92 yards of total offense, did have a touchdown. Just kind of an okay debut for him.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to be eased back into action. He wanted to go ahead and take, hey, if you want me to touch it 50 times, not a problem. They may approach that number before the season is over, but in the first game, as you mentioned, 92 yards of total offense, a touchdown catch. And one of the things he did during that time he was inactive, he studied wide receivers in order to become a better, more productive receiver out of the backfield, even though he was pretty darn good at it when he left Pittsburgh. But the guy we really need to talk about is Jamison Crowder.
Yeah,
14 catches. The problem, though, just 99 yards generated those 14 catches. The 14 catches, you should be well into the 100s.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Simeon. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Simeon. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Simeon incomplete on first. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Simeon. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play to just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 6 there, but now it's 3rd.
Let's get it.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
That's what I do.
A shotgun snap for Simeon. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Now Simeon. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Yeah, it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Just like that.
From the gun, here's Simeon, and that is incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So on 4th down, Adam Gase turns to the field goal unit. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right as Cleveland comes back out here. Let's just look back to week 1, Charles. You think about all the excitement that there was around that city. Probably as much excitement for that franchise going into week 1 as there has been in a few decades. And they really fell on their face 43-13. So I don't want to overreact. Their season's not over, but boy, it did not look good.
No, to put it mildly. The last time they won a game on opening weekend, 2004. And since their return to the NFL, you ready for this? They're 1-8.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 57 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Metlife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Simeon now to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. That's where Crowder makes his hay in the slot. Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with him in March after the last 4 seasons being in Washington. Had 3 pretty good years, then sort of tailed off last season due in large part to an ankle injury. Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense, not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes, explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
15 yards on the play, first down. Simeon now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Throwing again is Simeon. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it's going to be second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Simeon incomplete on first. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Check 52.
To the air again, Simeon. And he comes back with one complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Again, Simeon. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. First down, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is...
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
58, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58, right there.
Following the fumble recovery, Simeon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Breaks a tackle. Anderson a first down and more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss, the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Bell. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Simeon. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. So the 3 points there gets them a bit closer, but you can bet there's probably some guys on that sideline, Charles, thinking we deserve a better play.
No doubt, Brandon. Those 2 misses earlier are kind of hanging over them right about now. In a tight one like this, if those are makes, then obviously this is a completely different game.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of him. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room, but that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, he'll be out of there fast.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw is Simeon. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Taken in at the 22. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half.
And he lost the football. But I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Mayfield. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. You think back to last year when these two teams met in Week 3. That was a big one for the Browns franchise and for Baker Mayfield. Mayfield came in relief of Tyrod Taylor and broke the Browns' 19-game losing streak, beating fellow rookie Sam Darnold 21-17. And after the game, a lot of you will remember Browns management unlocking the, shall we call them, refreshment fridges that had been padlocked for so long until the Browns got that victory. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Austin Seibert now for the Browns field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's second down. Simeon incomplete on first. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Back to throw, Simeon. Airing one out for Crowder. Floating one incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Simeon. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Simeon. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Griffin. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now it's Simeon. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And now out come the Jets. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Off of play action, Simeon. And this will be incomplete. Well, normally you and I would have gone through our season predictions before week 1, but Hurricane Dorian prevented us from doing that last week. So let's go ahead and hear them, your division winners and then the Super Bowl.
Okay, let's start in the AFC. New England in the East.
Bold.
Tennessee in the South. Pittsburgh in the North. And Kansas City out west.
Okay, so I'm with you on 3 of the 4, but I'm going to go with a way too strong week 1 reaction and give blitz coming, and down he goes. Joe Schobert came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Mayfield. He's got Njoku over the middle. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Chubb on the counter. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 12 more yards there and another first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing, Mayfield, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mayfield with it once more. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now Mayfield to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll run with Chubb. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Mayfield now. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Cybert on for the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 17, Jets 5.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Simeon caught here by Bell. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Simeon. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Simeon incomplete on 1st. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Simeon. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there, 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Simeon now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, just like last play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Simeon, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 2nd and 10, Simeon able to shake him off. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Simeon in need of something big following that sack, facing 3rd and long. Crowder's got it over the middle. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Here we go on 4th, Simeon. And that is incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And this Browns defense stands tall. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To throw, Mayfield. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So the Jets now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out.
Mike 58 right there. Double dog, that's the way.
On 1st and 10, Simeon got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Back to the air, Simeon on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again is Simeon. And that is incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Simeon. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Set, 180. Here we go. Watch.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York set to take the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Travis Carey, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.